this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Have you thought about the fact that XRP is the only large cap coin in existence that has legal clarity in the United States as a result of the ruling that came from Judge Torres today? Literally the only one. Even Bitcoin doesn't have legal clarity because the SEC never declared anything about it, not officially. There's a bunch of personal opinions from Kim Jong-Ginser and the like, but there's nothing there. And there are a handful of small cap coins that have already been attacked by the SEC, and there's legal clarity for them. For instance, like the Ken token, that token continues to exist in the Kick Interactive case. So there's some examples out there. But the only large cap coin on the planet with legal clarity as of today is XRP. Now, why might this be of critical importance? Well, obviously the market's been heating up all year, crypto has, and inevitably there will be, at some unknown point in the future, pure euphoria in markets again. And so certainly on the retail side, that's exciting. More people will be able to plow into it, including the United States. But now that there's legal clarity, what do you think that means on the institutional side of things? Because that's where the real money is. You know, you're talking about major firms getting into crypto with the recent BlackRock ETF news. I mean, they're going for the ETF anyway, and I suspect they're going to get approved for that. Well, do you think there might be an XRP ETF at some point in the future? And what might that mean? You're talking about XRP, a representation of XRP effectively getting traded on traditional exchanges like NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Well, it would be in line for that before ETH, wouldn't you think, because of the legal clarity that's been provided here? So, and it's been a fantastic day. I got some updates to provide for you, in case anybody's curious. It is currently 4:46 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's my time zone. July 13th, henceforth known as XRP Day. And multiple exchanges. I mentioned this in my last video that Coinbase was relisting XRP. More development since then. There are multiple exchanges that have officially relisted XRP. I did not know that when this news came down, that if it was positive, and it is positive, I didn't know that the same day multiple exchanges would actually relist XRP, but that is what's happening. It is fast. It seems like a flip of the switch for these exchanges to put the thing back on. Also, I've got some comments from Stuart Alderati, who, of course, is Ripple's chief legal officer. I got some stuff from attorney John Deaton, and a comment from Brad Garlinghouse. Lots of good stuff here. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So I do have live CoinWatch pulled up on the screen here, just noting that because of the incredibly high volume and excitement in crypto because of XRP, their website has been broken AF ever since the ruling came out. Stuff just can't load. You can see a little spinny thing here. It's hard, so I can hit refresh, but it's not even updating prices live. So currently XRP 79 cents. It was as high as 90 cents earlier today. I don't know what's going to happen. I never make price predictions. I'll just say with how big of a deal this is, I'd be absolutely shocked if 90 cents were the high. So I don't know if this stuff is going to play out and move way to the upside over a span of days or weeks, or maybe my gut instinct is wrong and maybe it just goes way down from here. But wouldn't you be surprised if we don't see in the short term much higher price action for XRP, considering the gravity of the situation? It's big news coming down today. So I've actually been using CoinMarketCap as a result today, quite a bit more than Live CoinWatch because it seems to be able to handle the volume here. Okay, so anyway, Coinbase, as I mentioned in my last video, relisted XRP. I don't have the very most recent tweet from Coinbase, but XRP trading is officially live on Coinbase. It is. Here you have Kraken. Kraken has also relisted XRP, and trading is live. In fact, they were bragging here about an hour ago, 3:13 p.m. So more like, actually it's closer to 2 hours, because now it's 4:49 p.m. at the time I'm recording the Central Standard Time. So they're bragging that they were the first to get XRP relisted, and you know what? Fair enough, that's fine. Here you have Bitstamp. Bitstamp also relisted XRP, available for United States-based customers. We also got word, and I mentioned this in my last video, but worth repeating in case you missed it. Gemini has publicly stated for the first time in history that they're looking into listing XRP. They didn't delist XRP. They've never even listed it because they've been so anti-XRP for whatever their stupid reasons are. But even they are coming around. They're like, yeah, we're going to look into this. And so saying something like that publicly makes me think that it's a virtual certainty they kind of pretty well made up their mind and plan to relist this thing, and especially with other exchanges already moving forward. And so, you think, because if you're the Winklevi, who run this exchange, the Gemini exchange, you'd think that you'd want to do that as an FU to the SEC and to stand in solidarity and to make a broader point about what is and isn't permissible from a legal perspective. I'd be shocked if they didn't go through with it. So that's 4 exchanges in the United States. They're all going to come back, though. I said that in my last video. I firmly believe that. And I only knew about Coinbase for sure in the last video, but they're all coming back, folks. I mean, the volume for XRP has been absolutely staggering. $7.5 billion over the last 24 hours. A normal day where there's no big news, it's just kind of ho-hum day, would be like, maybe 700 million with an M. But this is 7.5 billion. We are still waiting to hear what's going to happen with Binance US. I haven't seen anything from them. They're just kind of radio silent, but CZ is tweeting. In fact, here's a tweet from Brad Garlinghouse. The most important part of this ruling, quote, XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract, transaction, or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract. Yep, that's a direct quote, and I highlighted that in my first video out today. And that's why we got to win. Forget the rest of the stuff, even if Ripple ends up... Ripple did lose on certain points. It doesn't matter. The XRP holders have won. Absolutely. And I said this leading up to the conclusion of this case. I said, even if Ripple technically loses or has to pay a fine or this or that, as long as there's clarity for XRP, that's a win. I don't care. Oh, by the way, wait till you see how the SEC is spinning this. I meant to tell you that. I'm going to cover that in this video. I meant to mention that at the outset of the video. Holy spin. It's disgusting what they're saying here. It's just pure propaganda. But anyway, in response to Brad Garlinghouse stating that, CZ, founder and CEO of Binance, responded with a GOAT emoji, which of course stands for greatest of all time. Now, I would love to see CZ, talk a little bit about what Binance US is going to be doing as it pertains to XRP. You would expect that it would get relisted. I don't know what the delay is here, but that it should get relisted. And then there was this from attorney John Deaton. XRP holder affidavits make their way into the judge's decision. Judge Torres writes, quote, in fact, many programmatic buyers were entirely unaware of Ripple's existence, end quote. Those are the 3,500 XRP holder affidavits that we submitted. You made a difference. Yeah, so bravo to all of you out there who signed sworn affidavits as to why you were purchasing XRP, why you held it in the first place. Because it was used in the case, in Judge Torres' ruling. The impact John Deaton had on this case, you can't overstate it. It's absolutely gigantic, and individual XRP community members absolutely made a difference. Because again, she said, quote, in fact, many programmatic buyers were entirely unaware of Ripple's existence, end quote. That's exactly what we've been saying. Most people that buy XRP for the first time haven't heard of Ripple. That's a fact. And if you're surprised by that, you shouldn't be, because most of the purchasing of XRP for the first time is done outside of the United States. You shouldn't assume that people would have just magically heard of Ripple. And so it's the argument that we've been making. The asset itself is not the security. And then there was also this, and this is from Stuart Alderati. This is Ripple's chief legal officer. He shared the following. A huge win today. As a matter of law, XRP is not a security. Also a matter of law, sales on exchanges are not securities. Sales by executives are not securities. Other XRP distributions to developers, to charities, to employees are not securities. The only thing the court found constitutes an investment contract is past direct XRP sales to institutional clients. There will be further court proceedings only on these institutional sales per the court's order. My absolute gratitude to the teams that have been working tirelessly on this matter for over the years. The judge's decision affirms so much of what this industry is fighting for and shows that the SEC does not have unbounded jurisdiction over crypto. Maybe we can now start a rational conversation about crypto regulation in this country. And so there you go. Even though Ripple didn't get 100% of what they wanted, doesn't matter. They're going to be fine. XRP is going to be more than fine. It's allowed to exist. It's not, by the nature of it existing, a security. It's not the embodiment of Ripple's efforts. That's a nonsense claim that the SEC made. And it was just absolutely dismantled by Judge Torres. Absolutely, that stupid ass embodiment theory dismantled by Judge Torres. You love to see it. And then there was this from attorney James K. Filan, XRP community member. He says, this is to me the most important part of the decision. Programmatic sales are not securities, and because a programmatic buyer stood in the same shoes as a secondary market purchaser, secondary market sales are not investment contracts, not securities. And so I'm going to show you some language as we go through this that indicates, like, I think it was in a footnote, I'll show you in a second, but Judge Torres did write that she wasn't addressing secondary markets just because it wasn't properly addressed to the court. But as attorney Deaton points out, and Filan's kind of hitting on it here too, de facto she did address secondary markets, even though technically she's writing that she didn't. There's some nuance there. We'll go through it and finesse a little bit, but that's coming up. First, let's cover some of the disgusting nonsense from the SEC. So you have this from Eleanor Turret, Fox Business Journal. She wrote, breaking. The SEC responds to Fox Business with a statement on today's Ripple ruling. Here's what the SEC said. This is just disgusting. How grotesque is this? We are pleased that the court found that XRP tokens were offered and sold by Ripple as investment contracts in violation of the securities laws in certain circumstances. The court agreed with the SEC that the Howey test governs the securities analysis of crypto transactions and rejected Ripple's made-up test as to what constitutes an investment contract, instead emphasizing that Howey in subsequent cases have held that a variety of tangible and intangible assets can serve as the subject of an investment contract. Further, the court rejected Ripple's fair notice argument, noting that the Howey test is clear and that claiming ignorance is not a defense to violating the securities laws. We'll continue to review the decision. Holy spin! My God, they put some spin on that. They must be pretty dizzy over there, right? With all that spin. This is insane. So here you had Eric Voorhees, who is the founder of Shapeshift cryptocurrency exchange. He retweeted that and said, this is what propaganda looks like. Spot on, absolutely. Here you have John Dean's Crypto Law Organization responding to this, and they said, XRP is not a security. Their entire argument about tokens themselves being securities or public sales on exchanges being securities was demolished by Judge Torres. Keep reviewing that, SEC. You can't spin your way out of it. Then there is this from an attorney named Katie Biber. She's the chief legal officer at Paradigm, and she wrote, SEC, so the statement's on the screen for those of you not looking, so she's referencing the nonsense spin from the SEC, and she said, SEC statement on Ripple has vibes of young campaign hacks spinning on bad facts versus powerful government agency expected to tell the truth. Do better. Spot on. Here you have a tweet from attorney John Deaton. He tagged Gary Gensler and said, you lose. I love it. And then he tagged a SEC enforcement director account, and he simply wrote, you lose. I love it. And then he said, and to the lead enforcement lawyer prosecuting this case, no need to name you, when you lack faithful allegiance to the law, mislead the court, and personally attack the representative of the very people you took an oath to protect, you lose. God, this is so satisfying. Doesn't it just feel good to... And then attorney Rispoli responded to that and said, John, I'm begging myself not to take the lower road right now and call this guy out by name. Regardless, this will go down as one of the most epic law fails in U.S. history. What a legacy to leave. Indeed. And so then there was also this. So this is the footnote that I was talking about a few minutes ago. This is from the decision today. This footnote reads as follows. The court does not address whether secondary market sales of XRP constitute offers and sales of investment contracts because that question is not properly before the court. Okay? And attorney Deaton shared that and wrote the following. Referencing Judge Torres, he says, she de facto concluded XRP status in the secondary market as Jeremy states in so many words below. Attorney Jesse Hines posted this pic, which means, she's talking about the screen grab, I just shared some of it with you. Jesse Hines posted this pic, which means Judge Torres said what I've been saying from day one. You have to do a Howey analysis for each transaction, and just because it was once sold as an investment contract is not controlling or determinative in any way. Hence, Judge Torres said secondary sales aren't before her and require a separate Howey analysis. But the XRP we all hold is not a security, and we all purchase the XRP in the secondary market. That's what I mean by de facto decide. Yeah, so even though she's saying, hey, I didn't decide it, you can see what the end result is. It's as good as decided. Secondary market transactions are allowed. And then if there's any in the future that are violate the law in any way, you look at those on an individual basis per the Howey test. That's it. That's pretty much it. What an incredible day. This is the best day of my life as it pertains to crypto. Best day of crypto my entire life. I've been here since November 10th, 2017. It's been a hell of a last 2.5 years. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys, I said this in the last couple of weeks, but I hope you guys are having an incredible day too. I hope you're celebrating. You guys are amazing. And thank you so much for all of the support. I got to say it again. Thank you so much for all the support over all the years. So many of you stuck around despite all of the nonsense from the SEC. And we deserve this day. We're getting ours. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo! Did I say moon family sedan at the beginning of this video? I'm going to have to go back and listen. If I did, I'm going to leave it. But it's going to be a hard habit to break, actually. It isn't, but folks, it is good to be saying moon Lambo again, so I'll say it even one more time. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!